live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Mick Strawn.
We never rated this one.
I didn't I said 3.2, didn't I?
What's sad is like I'm getting annoyed because we always agree lately.
Oh, so you're at 3.2, aren't you?
I'm at 3.3.
Maybe you could just put a spoiler out that we
spoiled the hell out of this one.
We spoiled the hell out of this one because it was so. I can say it. We spoiled it because so much of it was exactly like the last one.
Yeah.
And making those comparisons is difficult to do.
Yep. I'm going to take that part and put it at the front. Oh, I did some extra homework.
Oh, did you?
You're not going to believe it. I actually watched Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah, how bad was that?
It was pretty bad.
It
had
bad.
That guy in it from I'm blanking on his name. The guy from Pet Sematary. He was from Terminator. Edward Furlong.
Right.
He was the kid in the movie. It actually wasn't that bad. I expected Pet Sematary 2 to be the worst movie ever.
Right.
But it was actually, in some ways, a step up from the first one, but in some ways, a step down. So it was kind of like an even-keeled.
Yeah. So we reviewed Pet Sematary, didn't we?
The first one.
We did the first one, right?
Yeah.
Right. What did we think of it? I didn't love it, as I remember.
I don't think we were that excited about it.
I don't think we were excited about it. Yeah.
And then we assumed that this one would be like we're talking about the. By the way.
Oh, coincidentally.
Pet Sematary just came out.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We should go see that.
Yes.
So we saw Pet Sematary. Yeah. It's about a doctor named Dr. Lewis Creed and his wife, Rachel, and their kids. I don't know why they made that up. They relocate from Boston to the rural Maine area with their kids. Couple soon, they discover that the mysterious burial ground on their property is near their new home, and stuff happens. Yeah.
It was almost a shot-for-shot remake with a couple twists and turns. That
it was... But I have to say that they did a good job of keeping the really creepy stuff and then expanding it. Because in the end, I like this a lot better. This really, you know that feeling that you get that tingle in the back of the, because it's like after the third creep out in a row. And you're going, oh yeah, okay. It was good. It had me honestly creeped out. I mean, not the best movie ever, but
I was kind of that's what creeped me out was the sound they used.
No, they did
especially with the ceilings and the
because I didn't know where any of that stuff was coming from either. I wanted to know where the doors were coming from when they were deep in the woods and a door would shut and you're going, well, why I mean, more than being just creeped out, those kind of made me go, well, why did the door shut right and you're in the middle of a tree somewhere? Yeah.
Well, I was disappointed with the Pet Sematary a little bit, the way it was set up.
Well, they said
I thought the first one was better. The first one in 1990, whatever year that was. That one was good.
They underdressed the first one, which was kind of cool because it was a little bit more, what do I want to say? You could actually see the circle of it better.
Well, I like the dark behind, or whatever we called it. The dark beyond, or whatever that thing, beyond the big pile of twigs. That got really cool. Right,
exactly. Yeah. It did.
So that's why they underdressed it.
The swampy thing was cool. I love the fact that they had exactly the same barrier done with the trees and stuff. I like the production design of that. I'm glad they kind of stuck it to the same one, but they didn't. It's funny. It was just a little bit off from the first that cemetery, and it. Actually creeped me out good. That was nice.
Yeah.
Whatever sound you did.
I just turned the headphones up because I was like, I can't really hear myself.
I can't really hear But, so
the masks were great.
The masks were really
the kids
good.
made. So I basically overall design was better, I thought. Obviously, we're talking about like years later. I mean,
right.
I guess you've come a long way with, well, except for the makeup effects, maybe.
The makeup effects were not that good. I mean, literally, I'm telling you, when I saw the one guy that had the thing on his, you know, that was supposed to have been in an accident.
Yeah.
It literally looked like something was stuck to the side of his head.
Well,
I mean, it didn't.
Think it was.
I kind of understand that, but the thing is you're trying to make it not look like it looks like something was stuck to the side of his head. You know.
Well, that's one major difference with the first one from, I can't remember what year it was, but it doesn't matter. But the first one that.
Very little makeup effects in the first one.
They made it a little bit more campy, like more sense of. It was more had more sense of humor because the guy that came out was a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
This guy,
right. Yeah. This guy was dark.
This guy didn't even talk. He just kind of stared at you and like.
Yeah. And the bird on the bed.
Yeah.
Was, but you know what? There is one thing that really gave me the creeps, that really pushed this over the edge, and it was the girl.
Oh, the girl was great.
And they gave the girl lines, and I couldn't remember the girl the first time having a lot of lines. I mean, did she?
Well, wasn't it in the original one, wasn't it the boy that got hit by the truck?
The boy got hit by the truck, right.
And so it looked like a little Chucky doll chasing after you.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
That's what was so different.
And he couldn't have talked no matter what.
That was one of the twists in this one.
Yeah.
Which we just gave it away. But
yeah, sorry about that.
No, well, the girl was great.
But the girl was great. The girl was great. The girl was super creepy. Yeah. And she did a really good job.
I like some of the tricks that with the face.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention the face thing.
Yeah.
And the elements that she brought in with the sister. I don't want to go into it because I'd like to leave something, unexplained. But I have to say that was pretty cool. That the whole sister thing was expanded upon and kind of better explained in a way, and very, very, very creepy.
And then John Lithgow's character, Judd, the next door neighbor, was a lot like the first one, where you didn't really understand why he did things the way.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, didn't you just go through all this, yourself, and have a horrible problem, and that's what you're saying, and then you just lead him through?
I wish they would have developed that more. Like, maybe have him like somehow explain why he's done it.
Well, they tried. Both
just
times
talking to himself or something. I don't know.
But it's just. Yeah, well, there was a line in there that kind of explained it. That once you went out there once, you wanted to come
because it was a sweet feeling.
It was something like that. It doesn't explain how, because you didn't get a feeling that he was deeply evil, and yet it seemed like a deeply evil thing to do.
Right.
I mean, it really did. So.
Did that kid look a lot like the first one? It's scary how much that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I noticed that when I was watching. I was like, that kid looks just like the one from the 1989 version.
Right, yeah. Maybe they went out to the forest and.
Maybe. The cat was an improvement. Or like you said, the first one, we reviewed the first one, you said there's got to be a twin. So maybe that was one that survived.
Yeah, no, this was a much better looking cat. It was, and
then there's a point where the doctor could have done something with the cat, and something happened after that. So basically, I don't know. There's a lot of things that could.
I mean, it had exactly the same plot holes that you could drive exactly the same size Sunoco truck through.
Well, one thing I like about the story, I wish it was like, I don't know, I kind of frustrated that it's not better done, because obviously it's about not being able to let go of the people you love, and trying to bring them back.
Well, and they brought that element back a little bit more in this one,
right?
Because he actually gets to do some lines about how I wasn't ready to go, and I wasn't ready for her to let her go and stuff, and what a truly bad idea that is.
Yeah.
It
was just too surface level, like, for me. Like, it was like deathbed. Like, oh, people got eaten by a bed.
Yeah.
People try to bring back people.
Yeah.
So I guess I like the more psychological side.
That's what we do up here.
The M. Night Shyamalan kind of feeling should have come in there.
Right.
I don't know.
Plus, they don't believe in really burying people very deep.
No.
Out there in that place.
We got to make it easy.
You know what? There was an element that they left out of this one that I think I would have liked to have seen, because I think that this guy's vision of it would have been cool. Was you saw them come back in the other one? Remember?
See, that was one of the things I liked about the first one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is I like.
And you didn't necessarily see that this much this time. You didn't
see that this time, and it kind of like it lacked for that, because that was a really interesting.
Did you like Jason Clarke? He kind of got on my nerves a couple times.
I didn't like
the way
him.
He talks.
I
don't know. Something about the way he talks bothers me.
I don't. The thing is, I don't believe him.
Yeah.
I certainly do not believe that he's a doctor. For some reason, that was the thing, is when he comes up and he goes, well, I'm a doctor. And I thought, the other guy was a doctor, but you know doctor. He
was more believable. Yeah. And actually in the second one, that's what was interesting about the second one, is that he was a vet. Yeah. That's what made it fun in the second one.
Yeah.
And he actually sent blood to get studied, and the guy was like, well, why'd you send me blood? That was just nothing in it.
Yeah.
It was dead. Haha, very funny. But anyway. No, but the second one actually had a little bit. I actually kind of enjoyed it a little bit.
Well,
not that we're talking about the second one.
And it flipped this time, because I remember the first time I liked the guy, didn't like the girl. Remember?
Yeah. This time
I liked the girl.
Amy Simons?
Yeah, she was good, and I don't know if he did really well. Who played the John Lithgow role in the last one?
Oh, you know who that was? The Munsters.
Oh, Fred Gwynn.
Yeah. Fred Gwynn, not Herman Munster, but
yeah, I have to say that John Lithgow was much better at the role, but then John Lithgow is a much better actor in general than than Fred Gwynn.
John Lithgow has a way of delivering lines that's always great, no matter what he does. Like, I used to love
There's something up there in the woods,
because it was over the top crazy.
Yeah.
And this was a little bit more like, I don't know, dark, I guess.
Dark, yeah. He can. It's almost like an acting thing.
Yeah, he actually can act.
He can act. Yeah.
I don't know Fred Gwynn.
I'm not sure that he was acting so much.
No.
You know who Fred Gwynn was playing? Fred Gwynn.
I don't even remember the guy in the first one. That's how much of an impression he made on me.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I don't know. Dale Mick. I don't know. Can't pronounce his last name.
But
overall,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a little bit more than the last one. I would give it a 2.9. No.
I would have liked more with the guy Pascal. Whatever it was. What was that guy's name? The guy that got injured and was trying to help them.
Oh yeah, right.
They didn't really have him in there enough. I don't think it didn't really explain why he was there.
Right.
He said one time.
And how did he jump from one character to the next? I don't understand that. I mean, he can't go to the next house, which he did. He went to the house at the parent. He jumped
in the car too.
But that's not right,
Yeah, but so I think that could have been a little bit stronger, like have him explain.
But overall,
like the first one, he jumped in front of the guy,
right?
And was like, "Don't do this,"
right? Right. You're right.
And I think that was more dramatic, I guess.
Yeah.
This was just kind of like, "Hey, I'm here for a while, then I'm just gonna go away, and you won't see me anymore."
Why did he have to go and drug Lithgow?
I guess he didn't want him to be around to stop him.
What did he do with Fred Gwynn?
I think Fred Gwynn
he made him help him.
Yeah.
Right. I think that would have been more dramatic than just knocking him out. I think that, you got me into this, holding a gun to his head. You got me into this.
Yeah.
You're going to help me. You started this crap.
So if you're with a guy, old man, and you're burying your daughter's cat, well, see, we're talking about too much stuff here. Why would you follow the guy? over this huge thing.
See, the thing is that is the huge, enormous.
I would have said, "Thanks for burying my cat. I'll see you later." Just walk the other way.
Right, exactly. That is the huge, the big elephant in the room is how can this guy have led him, and why did he follow on one of the truly most evil, places? Yeah. I had a problem with that. I do. It's
And was that a dinosaur in the woods?
Or were you just happy to see me?
You know what I'm
right. I know. I saw that. I saw that back there. I was like, wow, what is that exactly? Yeah, that was. You're looking right at it.
You know I'm going to bleep a lot of things in this, and it's going to sound so ridiculous. Is that a beep beep in the woods?
Well, maybe you could just put a spoiler out that we
spoiled the hell out of this one.
Spoiled the hell out of this one because it was so. I can say it. We spoiled it because so much of it was exactly like the last one.
Yeah.
And making those comparisons is difficult to do.
Yep. I'm going to take that part and put it at the front.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And then, they'll hear it again.
Difficult. Yeah, exactly. And they go.
Very creative editing
those
here.
guys are amazing. Yeah, they are amazing. What can I say? So.
This episode's going to sound like a Frank Zappa song. It's just be like, So it was enjoyable. The production design was great.
Yeah.
The makeup effects not so great. Some of the actors were great. Some of the actors weren't so great.
The bird on the bed was.
The story was better than the first one.
Right.
I thought it was put together better.
Yeah.
But. And there was no Stephen King cameo either. That's another good thing.
It was. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I have to say that this one was creepier. In the end,
I did like the creepiness of the graveyard.
In the end, I have to say that overall, this gave me the tinglies. The that's horror good. Tinglies.
Yeah.
And that's a good indication that, that you did something right.
There you go.
So.
No rubber arms either.
No rubber arms waving at you. Yeah. You get a lump of hell on the side of the head, but you know what? We could work around. We could work with that.
Right.
We can work with that. Yeah.
Oatmeal on the side of the
head. Yeah. So, we're both now heading to Seattle.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing Vengeance. So this should be pretty interesting. We'll see if we can put together a little episode of just the two of us talking around.
That'd be cool.
Talking around a telephone with different members of the cast. And,
little mini episodes.
Maybe we could interview Jason in situ, which would just be.
He could grunt.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That'd be great.
I'm not sure if I want to do that if he's holding a knife.
You know what we could do? You know what we could do, though, is we are going to, we could have CJ Graham say something.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
We
could have him and Tom McLaughlin.
I might be getting ahead of myself, but I had an idea.
You have an idea?
Like after this whole thing is done and it's off to the post area.
Post heaven, yeah.
Maybe we could do like a kind of lead up to the release.
Oh yeah.
And like have CJ Graham, people like that on the show to maybe have fun. Maybe CJ Graham could review the one that he was in.
That would be great.
That could be kind of like he was in 6, right?
He was in 6.
So that would be like the finale right before.
Mm.
But yeah, so we've already done 1. So we have 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Right. So we could
have fun with the directors. They could review one with us. Maybe we could have one of the grips can review one with us. One of the caterers.
All these are really good guys. Really good
There
ideas.
Probably aren't any caterers on this one, but
there are caterers.
Oh, really?
One. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
You have to feed people, dude.
That's true. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I was part of this until I got a thing on my phone saying, "Hey, your call's at 7 a.m." Then an hour later, your call's at 12, and I'm like, "Well, which one is it?"
Well, it's One thing you learn about call sheets is a call sheet. You can get a lot of call sheets in a day, trust me. I mean, even the big boys do that. I mean, call sheet after call sheet after call sheet after call sheet. That's why I wasn't embarrassed to put out a bunch of them, is because I'm so used to it. You know, like starting to see, you start to see the number of the revisions, third revision, fourth revision, fifth revision, because you're trying to like accommodate, and it goes back to, you know, that thing I say about the huge algebraic equation that making a film is. I mean, look at the factors you got. We have 63 cast members. We have so many we have so many kills. I haven't even sat down to try and figure it out. But we're
I think it's probably the most kills out of.
Oh, by far.
I can't think of a horror movie that kind of rivals it.
I'm telling you, we're already 20 kills down, and we're only 5 days. We've only shot for 5 days, so you know, it's pretty astounding. I mean, it really is. It's pretty funny.
Some of the kills are pretty amazing, though. But
yeah,
we won't go into details. But
some of the ones. I have a really cool one that's going to be primarily second unit. You're really going to like. Yeah. I have a, you know. Sort of a modified ring-ish sort of thing. Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah. So putting it together here. Kurt is he started. When we first got this idea, he started being like maybe a PA. Maybe he'd work up to being a PA.
Oh, I was going to paint sets at first. I was like, I'll paint sets.
That's right. I'll paint sets. Well,
whatever.
Yeah, you know, if you look, he's first AD on second unit now.
Well, it kept changing. It's like, hey, you want to do some sound? You have some sound experience. Let's do sound. And then I was like, sure, I'll do sound. Then, oh, no, maybe not. Maybe it'll be second unit. And then it was like, oh, no, just production assistant. Then I was waiting to see, like, coffee runner. Next to my name. Well, I'm like, I can run coffee.
Didn't quite expect that, right? What is it? Wait, for second unit, first aid? What?
I'm happy to be wherever.
Well, that's
and I will do an excellent job no matter where you put me.
Oh yeah, you should have fun.
Not that my ego is huge, but
I mean, you should have fun.
I'm trying to sound humble.
And like everybody out here, you know, you learn a lot on it.
From what I understand, from what you've told me, it's a great group out there.
It is a great group. Yeah. No, I really
Professor Mick Strawn is out there to guide everybody.
I'm so much more manipulative than that. So just to tell you the story, just that goes along with that. So I did a film. I can't even remember when I did this, but my second group of kids, because I have like two groups of two, and my second group of kids had not really ever experienced filming until like my one daughter was like 20 or something like that, and I just came up on this film, and so there was a couple of funny things. It all happened in a week. You know, it was a very short thing, and so we said, look, you know, we'll give you $1,000 for the week. And you're going to be the set dresser. And she just looks at me and she goes, $1,000? And I told her, I said, now, here's the thing. You're going to work, you're going to bust, you know, your lack of balls off. and then when it gets up to like a couple of days before the very end, I'm going to come and I'm going to knock on your door at 3:00 in the morning and say, hey, we got to get out of here in about 10 minutes. And you're going to look at me and you're going to go, $1,000.
Right.
And I'm not kidding. I said that, and that exactly happened 2 days before the end of the show. I had to knock on her door at 3:00 in the morning. I'm not kidding. I opened the door and she goes, $1,000. But there was a period at the very beginning where we're putting things together, and I was the production designer, but also was a great friend of the director, and he's a buddy of mine, and he kept wanting me to say, well, how are we going to? And in the production design, I worked with the camera design and with the movie movement and the whole bit and the sets and everything, the design of much of it, and helped him, put it all together, and even helped him to direct it, because to say, well, you want an overall style, and I'll tell you how you can attain that style. I said, well, when you and we sat and we worked out the style, and and he had a DP that he had a woman DP that and he said, she paints with light. And I said, well, you know what paints with light means, right? That means that she puts the camera in one place and
captures it, basically.
And captures it, right? Yeah. Because that way, everything looks pastiche-like. I mean, you can meticulously light things, which is not the nature of the film that he was making, because he was making a horror film, right? And I was like, the thing is that's kind of a clue that you have a problem, because in this case you want to keep everything moving, so in the end, I went to the first meeting on the stage where we met everybody, and my daughter came with me, and I had to stay, and she left with Chris, a friend of mine, who was basically working with me on it too. And on the way home, she says, she you have to understand, she'd never been with me before in a capacity of which I was in my element, right? And she goes, wow, my dad's really, really good at this. And Chris goes, yeah, he's been doing it a long time. He is really good. There's no doubt. He walks the walk. And he says, and she's quiet for a while, and then she goes, and he's so manipulative. And I was like, nailed me to the grass.
Right, yeah. My wife accuses me of that sometimes.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Well,
But if you've ever managed people, sometimes you have to be, right?
Yeah, you got to. You got to manipulate. You know what? The thing is you have to do manipulation for good.
Right, yeah.
It's true.
Well, you could do it in a way where sometimes people don't even notice it.
That's the whole key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway. Yeah, so, manipulative.
Not that my wife is right about that, but
no.
Anyway,
no, but she's just trying to
maybe she's trying to manipulate me into thinking that I do that.
Came up with your own with that, right? Exactly. See, there you go.
That's where your age comes in handy. See,
exactly.
Your wisdom.
That's right. Wisdom. Wow, on that sour note.
It's like the soil in the Pet Sematary.
That's right. Sour. It's sour. The soil's sour.
We never rated this one.
I didn't. I said 3.2, didn't I?
What's sad is I'm getting annoyed because we always agree lately.
Oh, so you're at 3.2, aren't you?
I'm at 3. We never rated this one.
I didn't. I said 3.2, didn't I?
What's sad is I'm getting annoyed because we always agree lately.
Oh, so you're at 3.2, aren't you?
I'm at 3.3 because the cat was better.
Oh, okay.
The daughter was better.
The daughter
Even
was
the little
better?
boy was better. They had limited lines for him, which was good.
Well, you see, and this goes back to the problem I had with the first one. Is at the end, the boy, and I'm remembering this now, the boy did have a couple of lines.
Yes.
And they were terrible. And he was not a great actor.
And he had to look evil, too.
And he didn't do...
Yeah.
By the way, this girl...
It was an excellent choice, I think.
This girl projected strength.
Yes.
I mean, not only projected strength, but I mean, when she stabbed somebody, boy, it looked mean. I mean, she must have had some really good, person showing her Yeah, it's
how to look like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
To do muscular
training or choreography or whatever it is.
No, you're absolutely right. The choreography of everything that she did was
the little twist.
Yeah, it was that little twist at the end. Yeah, I definitely noticed that. Yeah, there was there. So there was a physicality that she had that really, really, really worked.
And when she was jumping around doing the ballet moves and crashing,
the whole thing. Her physicality was.
It was like an evil Jerry Lewis. I had to make that connection. Sorry.
Please don't.
It's really nothing like Jerry Lewis. But
it's nothing.
Not as clumsy.
Nah. Yeah. Right. Okay. I think that we're done now.
I think so.
I think we're done.
Yep.
Done. 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 Done.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.